Well, warriors, I am following up with you in terms of how are you doing with your practice with especially with the manual wheelchairs that require certain skills. Certainly, like the initial ones, like pushing, slowing yourself down, stopping with your hands, and then transferring from bed to car to couch. How are you doing with those skills? If you are struggling in one of those, let me know. I will also attach, some videos down below in the description box in case you needed to kind of look at, something again, and maybe that will help. Otherwise, if you're struggling a lot with these first three and in the videos have not been helpful, what you can do is set up an appointment with your therapist or with an occupational therapist, and they will help you to learn these skills. That is part of their job. So, um, so keep that in mind. If you are struggling, with one of those, please make an appointment with your therapist. And there are some other ones. Rolling over thresholds in small curbs, which requires the wheelies sometimes, and power wheelchairs. How to slow down and get over them without crashing into them. Very different. Handling ramps and slopes. Know that for power wheelchairs, don't forget that there are certain degrees that your power wheelchair can handle. And if it's too steep, your power wheelchair is at risk of flipping back. So you need to keep that in mind. Look in your manual. If you haven't, look in your manual. It tells you there what degrees your power wheelchair can handle. And for manual wheelchair users, there are techniques for you to lean forward and to keep on rolling. But just know if it's too steep, it's really going to hurt your shoulders. So I know some of you like to find a challenge and do it. So I'm just saying be careful with the shoulders. Warm them up before you do a test like that. Turning in tight spaces, that's really important because you don't know, what's going to happen next. And you might get stuck, either in a bathroom or between chairs and tables or people or a movie theater or a library that you have to, do a Y, to be able to back out. Or sometimes you just have to do a turnaround and then be able to go forward. At my church, there's a ramp to go on the altar. However, I really prefer to go forward rather than backing myself up down the ramp because it really is a steep one and it feels risky for me to go backwards. So I usually, when I get on the altar, I make sure I turn around and I go forward. so turning around in tight spaces. And it is tight up at the altar where I have to turn around because I'm between the next step on the altar and the ambo. So I don't have much space to turn around, but sometimes I go forward to the opening of the altar and then I can turn around and go back down. So, you have to really calculate these things and what feels more secure for you. But power wheelchairs, please be careful with your turning around because you don't want to bump into something and scrape it. Scrape it up. So that's a skill that's really important to do. And if you're having trouble, let us know, and I can post some examples here on how to back out carefully without knocking somebody over, or scraping something really bad. Remember, your power wheelchair is made out of metal, and it can really, really scrape things up pretty bad. So just keep that in mind. All right, wheelies for small obstacles, which is always important to remember to practice. Popping curves, getting up, and using public transportation. I don't want you to just use private, somebody picking you up, or, your mom always drives you. Look at the public transportation in your area and see if the buses slash vans, I don't know what you have in your area, are accessible. And if they are, practice a few times, to get from one spot to another. I remember years ago in California, I was going to work. I think I was going somewhere to do an errand or something, and I was getting on the bus. This was a time I didn't use wheelchairs, and I saw this mom who was very kind of nervous, and I said, "Ma'am, can I help you?" And she said, "No, I'm just watching my daughter because she has a disability and she's using the bus for the first time. And could you signal me if you see her? She's in a wheelchair. She's the only wheelchair user on the bus. Let me know if she's there." And so I said, "I will wave to you when I get on." So I paid my way, and I saw her. So I waved to the mom to let her know that her daughter was there. She was fine. So the mother jumped in her car to go to the next stop. So here's an example of somebody who is practicing the public system and learning the public system. And that could be a backup for you, or just a little trip that you want to make by yourself. So practicing public transportation is really important. So, all right. Here's another one. This is part 4, building stamina. Now, for manual wheelchair users, this is really important to building your stamina, because you have to propel yourself, and you need the strength to be able to do that. So it'll be important for you to use bands to exercise, to do some weightlifting if you can, maybe some small weights initially. So building your stamina. Now, for me, I had to build up my stamina a little bit for going out, because I have fibromyalgia, which kills, the strength that you might have to just to go out and come back. So it's really important for me to build up that stamina, to keep that stamina, to eat well, do my exercises and walking, because then when I go out and come back, I'm not so exhausted, because the fibromyalgia will kick you in the butt. So it's really important to keep that in mind. Many of us with back problems or with spinal cord injuries, we end up with fibromyalgia as well. So to keep that in mind, fibromyalgia is a little tricky. Practicing in safe spaces before going out in public. So this is really important to practice, like in a parking lot, or if you're going to practice your wheelies, to have it with somebody. Do it with somebody, so that if you're practicing your wheelies, for somebody to be behind you. So anytime you're doing or practicing risky maneuvers, or maneuvers that take a little bit more effort and skill, you want to do it with somebody to make sure that you're going in the right direction, or that you're not going to break something. So So practice in a safe place, uh, you know, before going out in public, kind of thing. Do it with somebody so they can tell you, oh, you need to move a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right. You're too far back, that kind of thing. So that's important. So do it with somebody. Try to find a friend or something to accompany you in doing this skill building of your different practices. Mental mindset from fear to freedom. Sometimes, building up that stamina. I think for manual wheelchairs, the hardest thing are the wheelies. And sometimes people avoid that. But, that skill is important. For power wheelchairs to get into small, tight spaces, sometimes they avoid those spaces and they just go all the way around. And it's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Really practice in your home to squeeze through tight spaces. This will teach you how wide your power wheelchair is or how long it is. And you'll get a good sense of the size of your power wheelchair, and you'll be able to back up and squeeze through tight spaces without any concern. I've had a lot of practice here. I live in assisted living, so there's a lot of tables, a lot of chairs, a lot of people, a lot of couches, a lot of anything that you want to think of squeezing through. The first bathroom I was in, no, the second one. The second bathroom here on first floor was very tight, and I had to make sure I didn't break it, the whole thing. So I could get into the bathroom and I could, but I always had to back out. I could not turn around. The wheelchair was too long and I would crash into something. So I could go in this way or I could go in that way, but then I had to back out. Or else I would break the toilet or scrape the cabinets or, something. So it took a lot of practice, but then it was just in and out, and I was fine. But here in my new room, for those who haven't watched me before, this is a new setup here, and my bathroom here is fine. I can turn around, I can go in, but I can just turn around and come back out. So it's awesome. So it's just one of those details that I appreciate. And the room itself is a little bit bigger, so that helps me as well in going in and going out, and I don't have to worry about all those details of not crashing into something. The other room, the previous room I was in, was very tight, and I did everything possible to, keep it open so I could get in and out without breaking anything, but it was a challenge. So in this room, I don't have the good view, but and as you see back there at the window, you'll see it looks like a painting. It's a stained glass, cling, static cling, transparent painting that I put up because all I look out at is the dumpsters. And there's a lot of traffic, people coming in and out to the nursing home side of things. So, I put up stained glass windows back there. There are elephants on the bottom. They're going through, the forest. And then on top I have the trees, which is what you see from your view. So that is, I don't get tired of looking at it. It's great. Here I have some stained glass, static cling plastic, but it is very light color, so all the light comes in, and it's good for doing this. And back there it's darker because my bed is right behind me, so it helps keep that darkness there, that calmness. So it's awesome. You know, I might change it at some point, but for now, I love it the way it is. And I have the light always comes through, no matter what, because it's just, you know, that window decoration type thing where you can privacy coverage, and the light comes through, and it's great. It's awesome. So, um, so the room is different, but it's bigger. I can drive through it. I won't break anything. And the other bathroom, I swear I was going to break that toilet at some point. You got to remember, your power wheelchair always wins. It's heavy, it's made out of metal, and can break things. So you really have to, you know, do your best not to do that. So don't practice where you can break something. Do it in a place where you have to squeeze through, you know, two couches or a couch and a chair or something like that. And have somebody with you in case they need to move over the chair a little bit so that you can learn how wide your wheelchair is or isn't, you know. So that's my recommendation there for From Fear to Freedom. And these practices are really important, folks. Don't put them aside. Don't put them, you know, behind you. Take out some 10, 15 minutes every day to practice them, and then you'll become a pro. And you'll feel more comfortable and, you know, free to roam around and show off your skills out there. So before you go out in public, the more you practice, the more confident you'll be. You know, which skill do you want me to break down a little bit more in future video? Let me know. Comment below, and that will be very helpful. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos. I know there's a lot of new people here, so welcome to you. And if you want to give me a like, that also helps spread the video around. Know that this is, if you don't know me, my name is Lisa, and this is our master class for Fridays. Every Friday, we have more detailed videos on skills or hacks or something like that. So every Friday. So look for us on Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays, we have regular videos. Sometimes I do a reflection. Sometimes I do skill video. I teach something, like one skill. But every Friday, it's a series of skills and detailed help. So let me know if this has been helpful for you. If it has, give me a like, and that will help the channel grow and spread this video to other people who need it. So for now, watch the other video that'll probably be down below as I'm learning. Sometimes it was down below, sometimes I was up there. I don't know. That's YouTube for you. Anyhow, down below you'll see another video that will be a follow-up to some other skills. So watch that one, and I hope to really see you again in the next video that I will be posting. I try to keep ahead and stay on top of things. And if there's something specific you're hoping for, let me know, and I'll put it together. And love to do that. I want to be a help to you and to the community. All right, people, I will stop babbling, and I'll see you in the next one.